Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, from whatever time you are getting to see this video. I'm excited as always to share. Okay, so we're starting a new series, and guess what? This is going to be our longest series ever. It's going to contain like 10 episodes because of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about we're going to be addressing a lot of we're going to be reaching out to parents who have teenagers. So it's going to be like a later to a teens parent. So maybe you're out there, you it's your first time raising a teenager as a parent. I know, right? It can be a lot, but guess what? I have wisdom and word of experience that I can share with you for over the past 13 to 14 years. People often think I'm a teens pastor, but I try to tell them that no, not exactly. I'm not a teens pastor. Yes, teenagers are my primary assignment. I have the wisdom, I have the Lord has opened their heart to me and all that. But that doesn't exactly make me a teens pastor. There's nowhere in the Bible where we are called children pastor, teens pastor, adult pastor. There's nothing like that. It's the same way. Bible did not tell us that the message that you preach is for teenagers, is for adults, is for grandparents, is for children. No, it is the same doctrine of Christ that we have received that we preach. The difference is in our communication, we try to bring it down to the level of the people that we communicate with. So the same message that we preach to a child is the same message I will preach to a teenager. The same I will preach to an adult. The same I will preach to the elderly. Now, the message is the same. You get, just like for example, now the message that gets you born again is the message that uh, gets you growing in Christ. The difference is it is preached in a much more higher level, if I could use that word, and then it gets you into much more commitment and application of the same that which you've heard. So the message doesn't change. There's no message for teenagers. There's no message for children. All right. So I know I'm so sorry to bust your bubbles, but I'm not a teens pastor. I'm a pastor whose primary assignment is to teenagers. So let's have that clear because a lot of people think, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So in this series, we're going to talk about a lot. And one of the things we're going to talk about is how to be a parent to a teenage child. We're also going to talk about how to lead your teenager. We're also going to talk about how to be a role model for them. A lot of parents don't understand that the most important sector of influence in this world is the family, not even the church. Now, the church is the most impactful, but the most influential is the family. Why do I say so? People don't stay in church unless they want to stay in church. People spend their whole life at home. So you come to church twice a week. You see, people you spend more time with have the bigger influence and impact in your life. Let's settle that in our mind. And guess what? You have the privilege of sleeping at home, waking up from the house. So your family get the overview of your life. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So family is like the most influential sector of influence in the world, your family. So how a teenage child is growing up, peer pressure, association, society can do justice to that, but not if the child is coming from a very solid family background. The world will have little influence on the man who has been raised properly from the home. Do you get the gist now? So, yes, we'll talk about how to lead a teenager, how to help them, how to teach them the right values. Because the truth is, you don't want them to become 20 before you start teaching them the values the values that they should have, the principle that they should set for their lives. So yeah, you want to start teaching them. We're going to talk about how to be involved in their lives. Some people, you see, the way we were raised up, you see, if we had solely submitted, I don't know if that's the word, if we had solely become or if we did not become all that we are, let me put it like this, because of how we were raised. But how we were raised did a whole lot with who we become. I used to always say this, that there's much more when I could afford certain things and do certain things on my own. I knew that I don't like eating beans. But you see, in my house, growing up, beans are constant. But I used to eat it when I was growing up as a child. But as I grew, I know that actually I don't like beans. Maybe it's because it was the only available food I had to eat majorly. Like my mom loves beans. And you know what your mama like you could like to chop. Your mom would just cook beans for you to eat. So I didn't know I didn't like beans. But now everybody in the house knows I don't like beans. So when my mommy makes beans, they don't serve for me. Why? Because I don't like beans. Do you get the gist now? Yeah. So we're going to talk about how to be involved with your life, the level of a teenager, how to partner with them, when to be a friend and when to be a parent. A lot of these things we're going to look at how to become a role model. You see, you have to become a standard that your children are trying to say. I like how my dad leads us. You see, how to be a guide. There's a whole lot we're going to talk about, and I am anticipating already. I want to make sure. I hope you'll be anticipating. Don't worry. Don't say, I'm even a teenager. Why am I listening to this? Listen now, so that you too would know how to relate with your parents. Somebody once said to me that when I was a teenager, I used to complain. When I was much younger, I used to complain that my mom does not understand. Mom does not understand, and he said something that your mom does not understand, but you understand, right? I said yes. He said then because you know better, act better. Oh, that was like he poured the cold water on my body. You see, so if I knew better, I should act better. I didn't know that before, but I knew that then. So you may be a teenager watching this clip. You may be a one who does not have a teenage child yet, or you may even not even be a parent, but a young person like myself. But guess what? It's learning these things will help you apply yourself in your relationship with your parent. And at the same time, when you become a parent, you know how to do better. So let me stop here as an introductory video of a 10-part series on how to a letter to the teen's parents. God has blessed you. I will see you next week Friday, 10 a.m. Bye.